people that believed in me invested tens of thousands to the tune of 100,000, over $100,000 into me personally, and I fucking lost a large portion of that money. So, like, as much as I believe in the project, everything behind the project, for me, like, I'm in a fucked up place. I lost tens of thousands of my own dollars in the project also. So I'm not quick. I know a lot of people are saying, hey, Booty, like, do this, do that. I don't want to, rush into anything. I don't want to make an emotional decision. If I'm going to do something, I want to make sure it's done right, and that I'm in a place where I can do it right, and whether that be in DeFi or anything else.
So are you saying that you're walking away then instead of burying the hatchet and probably see if you can revive flavors?
Yeah, I don't think that there's anything to revive at this point, Clay.
Okay. I
I
just
don't think
I
that
just
there's anything to revive at this point. I can't revive. Let's
yeah.
let's just be honest. Let's just be honest here. Like, I can bury the hatchet with Ryan, but we can't revive a working relationship that was never there. You know what I mean? So
Derek,
it would be wishful thinking and foolish. You know what I mean? If I was going to do something else and do another version of flavors, it would have to be with someone that I can communicate with. I can both communicate with and I can trust.
so that
Yeah.
was my question. What happens now? Where do we go from here? What is your next step?
My my next step is to fucking unwind, relax, and just clear my fucking head of this right now. That's my personal next step. As far as the project, hey, it still runs. If you believe in Ryan Dunn, no doubt, and the complex transactions, you can still invest in flavors. He didn't rug the liquidity. He didn't take it. He didn't take it all away. Is still there, and he still very much has control of the project. So the project is alive and it's kicking. And Ryan's trying to get up here. Ryan, I'm not kicking you down, but hey guys, if you're not going to talk, please go say we got Rob's crypto. He's a delight. Looking to come up, but like the project. If you believe in Ryan and you believe in what Ryan's doing and the complexities of the transactions and everything he's trying to build, well, shit. You know what I mean? There's an opportunity in flavors for you, not financial advice. Let me see if
Hey,
I can
hey,
get
Booty,
Rob.
Booty, quick question. Ryan Dunn is the same guy that got chastised for noticing a problem with the Safe Moon contract, right? This is the same guy that's in Flavors?
Correct.
The same guy in Flavors?
Listen, Ryan has his version of events. You know what I mean? And all in all, maybe Ryan pulls the rabbit out his ass and everything is kosher and he didn't do nothing wrong. But again, I can't continue to tell people that I care about to invest in a project when it clearly looks like someone's draining LP. It's pretty is that clear? Is that clear and simple? It's like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Yo, everybody keep investing in flavors, and then Ryan Dunn's not answering for transactions because they're too complicated for us retards to fucking understand.
Hey,
I
Booty,
can't tell
Booty,
my friends
let me shout out
to
at you and say,
invest
listen,
in it.
you're one of the most stand-up guys I know. I didn't get to work with you on the project, and some of the smartest people I met in crypto were in Flavors, and it just hurts me a little bit. I mean, I don't have a loss in Flavors. I want to see every project succeed, whether it's Moon Matt, DeFi Mark, and there's some other great people. When I was in a corner, they backed me up as a matter of principle.
Yeah,
So
we did.
there's definitely some great people in Flavors. We're not giving up on Flavors. We want to support every project, and I just wish everyone success as usual.
Ryan, I sent you a co-host invite. Uh, Trini guy, what's up?
Hey, Booty, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Man, I'm fucking
And
overheating.
enhance.
No, 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 no. Booty, I know you from way, way, way back before Safe Moon and whatnot. And I want to say, you're a man about principle. You come up, you take the egg to your face and whatnot. And I feel kind of bad in terms of what happened with you, but I give respect in terms of you're hosting a show, you come out here and you're telling everybody, well, this is what happened, and you're showing them exactly what's going on. What I wish could happen is that you guys could find a way that whereas you could rebrand, put all your grievances or whatever it is, all you couldn't put together. I'm not going to say that, but put aside all the differences and try to make the project work not for all your benefit, but for all your investors. All your investors deserve it. Rebrand, restructure it, come back again, and find something to to make it work. I just wish and I pray that everything is successful for you guys in the near future. And that's just me being a big man coming out here to you, a big brother, and telling you that. I'm so sorry to hear this what happened to Flavors, but at the end of the day, shit happens. I hope you guys could learn from this shit and probably move on. That's just my contribution for the night.
Thanks, Train Guy. I appreciate that. But one of the things I think that will continue to do, is this space will continue to mature. You know what I mean? Diablo told me very early on. I see him up here, so I'm gonna give him a shout out. I never attributed this to him, but he told me very early on. He was like, the biggest thing is going to be finding the type of investors who are looking for long-term value, and that's going to be one of the biggest challenges that you're going to find. When launching this project. So he told me that early on. I think the space will continue to mature. I think there will be need for a project that does what Flavors does. I mean, we did a lot of good things, right? We introduced people to a lot of different projects, great projects that they otherwise may not have been introduced.
I've got some questions I need to ask you now because I found some things. And
okay.
Instead of this, I just want to get to the point and figure out some stuff here. So, okay. So me looking over these things these last few days, like diving real deep into stuff and writing all this stuff up, I found it opened up a lot of questions that I need to get answered. So this whole time, you were supposed to be keeping a detailed log of everything that came out of the creamery, what the expenses were, where they were going, for what marketing, what they were, what social media accounts you were paying for promotions, all this stuff. All this stuff was supposed to be on a shared spreadsheet I've been asking for that we agreed would exist before the project was launched. Never existed. I've never seen it once. You never give me that. Every time I ask you for it, it's always, oh yeah, no, I'll get it to you. I'll get it. Never seen it, still to this day. And then it opens up a lot of questions. What's that?
We could have got the
go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead, Ryan. I like this line of questioning.
Yeah. So that's something that I still don't know. So then I'm going through the creamery, looking at where did what came out of the creamery? How much did I actually take out? How much did anybody actually take out? Whose wallets were what? So I went through the whole thing, figured out all this stuff, added it all up. It's all in that document. But so altogether, I pulled out of the V1 creamery, I pulled out 116 B&B, right? And the V2 creamery, I pulled out 8. So 116 plus 8, and then then 74 of that B&B went directly back into the V2 creamery. The other things went other places and did all these other things that I have been talking. Now, there are some wallets on here. I looked at the withdrawals that you made. Now, I am not able to account, for any of this stuff, but you pulled out of the creamery from, you would authorize certain wallets from your wallet and then pull out from that new authorized wallet and then send it right back into your wallet that you use to to operate stuff. So, to me, it looks like you're authorizing yourself to pull out money and send it to yourself. One of these wallets was even funded by the Typhoon Network, which is, it's that anonymous thing where you pulled out 50 B&B to the Typhoon Network. No, let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying, Jared.
Ryan, before you finish painting your narrative, because I love this.
This is a question. This is a question.
Hold on.
Don't want to hear this part, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to hear this.
Before you finish painting your narrative, we had, and I provided you a shared BSC scan where we kept notes on that transaction, correct?
No, you did not. You did not show me where any of this money went. You were supposed to keep a shared spreadsheet with all this stuff detailed.
There was no shared spreadsheet. I don't fucking answer to your bitch ass. Let me get that first. You
wow.
Fucking wow. Yeah, I am upset.
This is what I've been doing the whole time, guys. I mentioned his Typhoon Network wallet that pulled out 50
Jared, Jared.
No, fuck him. Fuck him.
Jared.
All right, cool. Now, I don't answer to your bitch ass. You and Dev, you stole the fucking contract, but let me make this perfectly clear, right? Because I want everybody to see why I'm fucking frustrated and why I'm upset, right? We had a shared BSC skin account that you can look in and we documented. And others have seen that shit and have the password to it. So with that being said, what I want to address is for you to be absent from the fucking project for the whole fucking time, not answering questions, out in the fucking metaverse, in the fucking weekends, stuffing your fucking nose all the time, and to come ask about shit that you should have known about is fucking disgraceful, bro. And for you to come up here like, no, get back up here, bitch. Get back up here. For you to come up here, yeah, I'm upset, bro, because you a fucking clown. You were stealing fucking money, and you won't admit to it, and I'm going to light your ass on fucking fire. I promise you. I promise you. And I'm not going to let it go, bro. I'm never, ever going to let it go until I light your ass on fire. All right, I'm done. I'm fucking done. All right, I'm going to unmute, yo. He's such an arrogant asshole, bro. Like, how the fuck you sit up there knowing you fucking...
Enhanced.
Hey, no, you're gonna have to mute yourself, man. Get him back in here. I need answers.
He connected right now.
What his final point was.
He connected right now.
Dude, just give him 10 minutes to say whatever bullshit he wants to say, and then you can go back in on talking to him.
Nah, bro, he been putting me through PTSD for the last
month.
month.
The harsh reality is this is people's money that you guys are fucking around with, right? You guys are treating this like some kind of sideshow, arguing
Rob's
between
Crypto,
each other.
You a sideshow.
Yeah, of course I am. I'm exposing your suckers' asses.
You can't even
look how much money you guys have lost.
What the fuck?
You guys have lost so much money from these people, and this is just a joke to you guys. I thought this was all about decentralization, and all I'm hearing from you, Booty, is Ryan this, Ryan that. It's not very decentralized at all, is it?
Baby Doge.
You know, you're rushing these things to market. People, you have BSC has its own test net. You can make your own little shitcoin test over there. I know you guys want to release things to the market as soon as possible.
Robs, what are you talking about? What are you talking about releasing to the market as soon as possible? What are you even fucking talking about?
Yeah, well, you guys release.
What are you talking about?
You release your shitcoins as soon as possible to make as much money from marketing hype.
All right, Robs, where'd you get that from? Where'd you get that information from? That we release as soon as possible, Robs.
Yeah, you definitely.
No,
did.
where'd you get that information from?
I'm telling you cold hard facts. You guys are releasing
cold hard facts from how? How do you know when we started working on the project, when we started designing it, when it was developed? How do you know that?
Okay, I'll tell you how I know because you guys
you look like Moon Matt's cat.
You guys are complaining about Ryan really delaying some. What was it? The DAP or the switcheroo from Not Safe Moon to Flavors, releasing it hours late.
The what?
So supposedly. You're talking about Not Safe Moon switching around to Flavors, Ryan releasing things late by hours or so. Right? This is how
late by hours? What is this guy talking about?
Safe Moon out of them.
All right, we're Robs, yo.
Let's listen to Ryan.
I want to hear Ryan.
Is Ryan
yeah. So I got kicked at a convenient time there, but I was asking about what Jared's transactions were. So Jared pulled out from wallets that between that Typhoon Network one, which 50 BNB went to that, and half that BNB went to an unknown wallet, and half went right back into Jared's personal wallet. I do know that. So I didn't notice that Typhoon Network thing on there until recently. So I have no clue what the hell that was all about. But Jared's pulled out 256 BNB from the creamery, and the only bit that I know where what it was for. Was in the very beginning the 38 BNB, or sorry, the 32.5 BNB bonus on launch that he gave himself. I know that, and 5.5 for marketing he spent for the project launch. Everything else that he pulled out, I have no fucking clue what any of that stuff went to. I've never been given an answer to it. I've never been given an itemized thing. It's always just been, it's for marketing, it's for this, it's for that. What marketing? I've never seen one ad anywhere. I've never seen, the only thing I've ever seen is Darcy Donovan tweeting. That's all I've ever seen as far as marketing goes. So, I mean, where did any of this marketing money go? And then once it ran out is when all of these accusations about me stealing started coming out, is when there was no money left in the creamery. Not because I pulled it out, because the Creamery V2, which was live since November 5th? November 19th. You know, I only pulled out 8 B&B from that. 8, which is, you know, that can easily be explained, 8 B&B for expenses over that time, right? What the hell happened to the rest of
was that we were unable to get in touch with you. You know what I mean? I could ask you a question, hey Ryan, you know, what's your opinion on this, or we need you for this? And you know, I would get a fucking cat picture or a meme back 2 weeks later.
Besides talking on Spaces
okay? So
and posting tweets, what the hell did you guys even do? What did you do? I did 100% of stuff to make the thing run. What did you do? You just spent money.
Hold on, Ryan, hold on. Because I really want to get into this. And guys, that's why I got frustrated, right? Because now the fucker done killed the project, and now he's asking, like, hey, what did you guys do?
What is the Typhoon Network wallet, Jared? You authorized the first withdrawal to that wallet, and then you called me and told me to authorize more to that wallet. I didn't know what is that fucking wallet?
Listen, I'm about to pull it up right now, live and direct in a fucking Twitter space.
Which is your fucking jam. That's all you did this whole project, was spend money and sit in Twitter spaces.
Baby Doge.
All right, Ryan, what's the transaction?
I don't have the hash in front of me. You know what it was.
Well, grab it, bro. You
go to the Creamery. Go to the Creamery V2. Look.
Okay. Is this in your document?
The wallet? Yes, it's in the document. If you would have looked at it.
I didn't see the document.
Yeah, you should probably look at it because you've been spitting a lot of lies, and you should probably read it.
I hear you, Ryan. I hear you. The good thing is though that we got an account and we keep track of everything. So, which you also had access to up until I started tracking your wallets. By the way. All right. So where's this at? How many days ago? How many hours, Ryan?
He dropped.
He got to read from his RBTC script.
Was that after the 20K worth of sales that I saw?
But look.
Hey, that wallet you're talking about, the 0AD1, that's my wallet. That's the marketing wallet. I funded it with Typhoon because I don't want you to look at where I'm funding my own wallet from. So there's your answer for that. We took out 50 B&B, and then I also have the transaction, which I'll tweet right now, and I'll just pin it at the top. Hang on. And then I have the transaction where when I quit, I returned the money to what's his face, Jared's wallet, which ended in CABC. So with that being said, it was simply just a marketing wallet. I haven't touched it since. There's nothing in it. And I funded it through Typhoon because fucking look at yourselves. We're all looking around at wallets like a bunch of fuck faces, and it's stupid. So I don't want you to go ahead and look and be like, oh, but now let's see how much money Rover has so that he can fund the marketing for this entire fucking project. So that's why I funded it through Typhoon. There's nothing weird about using Typhoon. It's just everything is public. If I wanted to fund something through my own investments, and I do it in cash, you can't track it, but we don't have cash. We have the blockchain. So I did it with Typhoon. There you go. There's your fucking answer. I'm now going to step the fuck down. And that's what you get.
I got a question for you. That
was fucking classic. I was recording.
Rover, because I knew
fucking baby doge.
Rover, I knew what transaction he was referring to, but I want to ask you a question. How early on in the project did that happen?
Hang on, it's actually in me and you's private Discord chat. So on October 30th, I sent you 24.7 beans, and that was my return to you. We took out 50 B&B. I believe I used however much, whatever the 50 minus 24.7 is. And then, let's see, I created that wallet on, keep going up. I've funded it through Typhoon. I gave you instructions on how to fund things through Typhoon. And then, let's see, going up. Looks like on the 24th, which is the day of launch, day after launch. Let's see, you said we got work to do. Wake up, pay the bills. I need you to confirm this wallet address. That was my wallet, so that we could withdraw it. Yeah, so on the 25th, you said, send me your budget for next week. I said, here's my marketing wallet. I don't actually know if that's related, but that is the marketing wallet, 081. That is what I funded all of our marketing prior to launch with.
All right, so point being that was very early on, and you know the marketing budgets and things like that were all discussed in meetings. So for very early on, if you would have asked anybody else on the team, Martin, John, everybody would have knew that except for Ryan, because Ryan wasn't there. He wasn't reachable. Okay, let's just be honest here. His girlfriend left 3 days after the project launched because he wasn't reachable. So let's let's stay on track here. Ryan, I would love you to come back up and run through this circus of transactions that you have.
Hey, Booty, what happened to John? Isn't John a player in this game or what?
John left because Ryan wasn't reachable. So I guess right now, go ahead, say it.
Let's talk about how your fat ass is eating while all this shit is going on. You fucking scammer, you fucking fat bitch. Fuck you talking about, fat ass nigga.
Izzy, I'll beat you the fuck up in real life.
All right, come to Chicago, nigga. I wish you would.
But
that was already ridiculous.
I have never in my life seen anything like this before. I am appalled, but I cannot even look away. Like it's like the freaking donkey show in Clerks. If you've ever seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. You can't look, but you can't stop looking. It's like awful, but I don't even know what to say right now. This is a freaking circus show. It is literally a circus show.
It is a circus, Jen, and that's what it's going to turn into, because it has to be too confusing for people to understand.
It's not.
Well,
It's
Ryan-
not. If you're on the
Ryan
outside
called us
looking
all
in, it's
dumbasses
really
that
not that
we
hard
didn't
to
know any
understand.
better, that
It's
we're
a
too
fucking
stupid.
train wreck.
Ryan basically told us that we're all too stupid to figure it out, so we're going to figure it out.
Well, I'm gonna let Leo come up.
How do we fix this? Let's fix it. Let's stop whining about what's happened and let's fix it. We're a community of people.
There's no
Call
immediate
John.
answer. There,
Call John.
There's no easy answer to fix it, and
there's no easy answers to anything that's going to be lasting.
Jen, listen. All right, there's no easy answer to fix it. There's no easy answer for this situation, right? The easiest answer, and the answer that most projects would take, is to keep it all internal until the project didn't have no money, and people and somebody rugged it. That's what projects do, right?
Hey,
Do a
Booty.
relaunch.
Booty, I got mad love for you, man, but it sounds like you eating something wonderful, and we starving over here, and you ain't sharing, man. That's just fucked up.
Oh, what? My bad. But it's no easy. I was trying to eat my dinner, y'all. I ain't even really want to have this speech. This DeFi. Let's just be honest, right? This DeFi, right? Like a lot of it, unless you hold on, Jen. Unless you know what I mean. It's like people was coming to burner accounts and saying, "Oh, you took this and you took that." I said, "Look at the blockchain. It's on there, right?" But most people don't know how to read the blockchain. We already know that. We've been down this road 100 times, right? You know what I mean? It for me personally, it come down to this, right? Either, keep supporting the project while I believe my developer is why I can't get a clear answer from my developer on missing funds and keep telling you guys to buy the project and things like that, or not. You know what I mean? It's really that it's really that simple. You know what I mean?
Jared.
Yeah.
I'm not satisfied with your
Jen, not Jen. I'm no one's going to be satisfied.
It is hard to please you, Jen.
With the outcome, with the outcome of it. You know what I mean? You had $400 and then shit. By the time you cashed out, it was like $20. You know what I mean? Like I would be upset too. You know what I mean? I got people that had $40,000. You know
it's
what
not
I mean?
about
and
the
they
money,
cashed
Jared.
out at. It's
not about the money.
At $4,000. So
it's not about the money.
Nobody's
Jared.
going to be. No, I hear what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, a situation like
I
that,
hear what you're doing.
How would it not be about the money?
You're trying to drag for me in front of people.
I'm not
That's
dragging,
okay.
Jen. This is not the place to have a conversation.
But
I'm
look,
not dragging.
for some of us, it is about the money
We
too.
talking about
it is about money.
It
is
some
about
of us,
it is very much about money, and I just like to.
I'm not satisfied with the answers I'm getting.
I hear you, Jen. I don't know what answer you are looking for. The only answer that I can give you is that, for me, it's I don't want to promote a project where I feel the developer is taking money. I think that makes sense to most people.
Let's get to the rundown of the transactions. I got a meeting in 45 minutes. I really want to hear this. I want to get through this because to me it was about a lot of money that I lost. So I would like to hear about what happened here.
It's all about money.
Hey, can I say a couple words, because I did create a report in which then Ryan responded to. I had no intention to come up here. I was very much enjoying just listening to you guys. So anyways, I did write a report, and I would like to let you know that I spent probably way too much of my fucking time doing it. And with that being said, I sat in front of my computer with a calculator, and I legitimately added shit up on my own because, no, I'm not a developer. So, yes, is my margin of error potentially off? Absolutely.
You added up some of the same
that
multiple times. I mean, sometimes money travels through the same route multiple times. You got to look at the big picture. You can't just look at the totals of things. It's like if money goes to one address, goes to another,
absolutely.
Back around,
Absolutely.
Add to it. And because if I make money off a different project and I withdraw it to my same Binance wallet, that has nothing to do with it. And you have all of this stuff in there. It's ridiculous.
No, you're absolutely right. Yes, I only looked into the wallets that I looked into. That's pretty much it. I did say that in the intro. I said, I'm not any kind of developer here. I followed what I followed, and that's what I came up with. Also, at no point I wasn't on the team since 6 days after launch, so I don't actually know what happened internally. When I left the team, I don't know what happened internally. I never even knew there was a Creamery V2. John was telling me about some kind of God contract that I didn't know anything about. So yes, my report, is it fictitious? No. Is there definitely some things wrong with it? Yes. I said, hey, here's my report. It is what it is. Just because some people were asking questions, my whole goal with creating it was not to make Ryan look like a fucking douchebag. It was to basically just show what I could find, which was, wallets that were controlled by you. I also looked pretty deeply into Jared. Jared has also sent me other personal wallets and, through private messaging before, whether I paid him to be on, what's it fucking called? The yacht club. I also looked into those wallets to see if, maybe they claimed pre-sale or something like that. The bottom line here is, where the fuck did all the money go? Well, the answer is there was way too many fucking people in the private pre-sale called the Pint Club. So there was X amount of safe earn whales that wanted to get involved. I also had my own personal friends get involved. I myself was involved. Everybody on the team bought into the private pre-sale. Every single person who was a member of the church Discord was in the private pre-sale with a minimum of 4 B&B and a maximum of 8 B&B with a 13% discount. That was a lot of people. I think that, we had a voice chat and there was something like 60 people in the private sale. We raised so much fucking money. And what happened? The project launched, and then 6 days later, I said, I don't fucking want to do this anymore. I'm way too fucking busy. And quite frankly, there just was no team continuity between me, Jared, you, John, anyone. It just wasn't going anywhere. It was stressing me the fuck out. I had to cancel my vacation in Vegas so that I could, go back and work on flavors, which really fucking pissed me the fuck off. And, that being said, it just people, when I left, a lot of other people left, as you just noticed with EarnHub, that just happened again. Do I have influence? I only have 2,300 holders, but people listen when I talk, and that's just the fact of the matter. So when you have so many people with so many fucking tokens, and then all of a sudden they no longer believe in the project over any period of time, they all sell off. In the meantime, there's all these intermediary wallets and all these sketchy, weird fucking transactions that, as you've said, we don't know anything about. That what it boils down to here is that money left, liquidity dipped out of the project. And, people took it, people sold, whether it was at a loss or a profit, doesn't even fucking matter. But people stopped believing. The project eventually died. You can go to Pancake Swap. You can look at, the volume over time. It dwindles down to about $5,000, which is just ridiculous.
Hey, hold on. I don't mean to be rude, but I've been waiting for a while. But just let me tell you something real quick. So many people in the community have spent so much time trying to build something to where communities come together, and to have projects like this up here where not all the whales sell out. Who got left with the bag of people actually trusting the projects that you guys develop. And for Ryan to come up here and say, yeah, I'm a dickhead, if I would have known that from the beginning, I would have never invested. But you guys, if you're gonna do something and you're gonna make projects and not back them, and then say it's too complicated, you should have never started this project. This is just bullshit, because at the end of the day, poor Slick Rick just got, he got scammed. He's talking about it, but nobody gives a shit. He's just a little guy in fucking Hawaii selling fucking pies in the corner. But we got to look out for that shit. These people are investing money in projects from people in the community that come up here and try to unite communities and spend money that they worked hard on, and everybody is here just as a fucking joke. That's not right.
Baby Doge.
This is just bullshit. Yeah, I sold flavors. I got left with a bag, but it is what it is. I can afford to lose it, but it's just so upsetting that, this is how this project, ended up. This is bullshit.
It is. I agree.
Regardless of that, you can't, and this is the thing about decentralized finance, especially tokens that have taxes. Not everybody is going to make money. It's just not the way that it works. How many people invested in fucking Dogecoin and watched Elon Musk go up like a moron on SNL and then lost money immediately?
Let's not get off topic. I've got another question. Whatever happened to the external liquidity? Who was in charge of getting these drip partnerships, and how much B&B was ever collected from those? Because that was the money that was supposed to be going to.
Yeah, let me
address five and a half B&B ever. Five and a half B&B ever from one project, one time.
Great.
That's it.
All right, I can easily answer this question. Right. So when you have 2,500 holders, which we had, right? We didn't have a lot of holders, and you go to other projects and you say, hey, you know what I mean? I'm charging. Let me get some people off the stage real quick.
I'm charging new project. You find something smaller than us.
Ryan, settle down, guy. All right. When you're going to settle down. When you're going to projects, right, and you're saying, hey, like, this is what I have to offer. Mostly what Flavors offer was holders and a volume boost, right, which is very beneficial for projects, especially smaller projects, starting up. You know what I mean? And that
So
was
it was
one of
hard.
the things.
So you stopped doing it.
Are you done, dude? Like,
No, man. We collected money from other projects one
Guys,
time
how
on the
about
day
the
of launch. That was
Ryan? How
it.
about
That's
the
all you ever did.
Ryan?
Listen.
Ryan,
He's trying
just
to
listen.
explain it.
I'm explaining it right now. Damn. This is something that with Rover early on. Rover was passionate about kind of taking it into like, yo, let's get all these very small projects in. Let's get some money from them. You know what I mean? That's just launching and things like that. One of the problems with that model really was that a lot of the project we could have cleaned up house like for us internally, right? Like we could have took a lot of projects that was like shit coins and gave shit coins to everyone. You know what I mean? These smaller a lot of the smaller projects on the BSC side, there's not a lot of good ones, right? We tried to catch them as they came up. You know what I mean? We found really good projects that we thought would bring value to our holders. We tried to catch them, but with 2,500 holders, like people was really, even after Ryan did the airdrop, you know what I mean? People was like, oh, okay, you got 5,000 holders. Like most of them was airdrop. You know what I mean? They like, oh, well, I got 3,500. You know what I mean? So I don't think, this price is fair. Or, hey, I thought we were in some meetings where they're like, let's do it for the community. Shit, we're gonna get you more holders. So, you know what I mean? There was a lot to balance out with that model. You know what I mean? One of the things that I learned is that, maybe there were several different ways we could have incentivized more holders to hold flavors in order to boost that number up and really get projects invested. But at the end of the day, it was an oversight on my part, right? Like, if we would have jumped out the gate with 50,000 holders, right, then that would have been something projects would have been willing to pay for. But
I have a comment on that external liquidity thing.
It wasn't an oversight, man. You didn't even do your job. The whole point was you're supposed to get other projects and work with them. So you start small. All I'm hearing is that it was hard, so I stopped doing it. I didn't do it at all.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all, Ryan. What I'm saying isn't that it was hard and we stopped doing it. It's then you got to balance the value. Then you got to balance the value of some of the smaller projects, and it's kind of like again what me and Rover went back and forth with, right? Are we going to give people shit coins that rug or that don't go nowhere, don't have a utility, or are we going to try to find coins that we believe in? And a lot of times, we couldn't find smaller coins that we believed in, and when we did, we made deals.
So I'm spending all this time reviewing the contracts for these projects, and you had never even talked to the teams on any of these projects. And we asked partners. We never got paid for any of them.
Ryan, that's not true, and that's based on and I just want to make this point here, right? Like, yes, there were some projects that when we did the Doges, right, we thought that was going to be fun, and we knew that
I get it. A mixture of them is okay, but there wasn't a mixture. It was none. It was none.
Stop! You don't get it.
Hang on. Time out. I want to say one thing about this external liquidity thing because a couple of people have brought it up. I don't understand the significance of it. So first of all, I had already told the team, I said this external liquidity thing, it's a pipe dream because it's something that you have to work for once the project really takes off. We're talking 25, 50,000 holders. The dreams are achieved. We're charging people. We're running an entire platform where we're marketing other tokens and everybody's happy. Now, with that being said, I come from a token that does partnerships. We've never once charged anyone for a partnership. And also on that note, our Flavor's very first partner was Safern. And when you guys said, Safern's going to have to pay to be the partner, I said, go fuck yourself. I said, I'm now working for both projects. And I'm telling you right now that Safern would not pay for this. With that being said,
you guys were lying to me and to everybody. We never collected money from anybody, and that was your guys' job. You didn't fucking do it.
Ryan, this is a point, Ryan, and this is kind of like...
On that same aspect, as lead developer, you didn't disclose any of the fucking transactions that you were making behind anybody's backs. Let's talk about
this. This is kind of a distraction from the main point. Guys,
the whole concept of this project was to get other projects.
Ryan, I understand that. You know what, though? I didn't, because we weren't able to get outside a shit ton of outside investors, and we did
You got one. You got 5.5 BNB. That was it.
Listen. That's not true. But moving
on.
True.
What other BNB did you collect from the project?
Ryan, moving on, because this is a distraction. Okay, you can say I did this. You can say I made mistakes, and listen, I'll own because people right. Like, this has turned into a fucking circus. And look, I own my mistakes. I made a lot of business mistakes that I shouldn't have made. Miscalculations, and things like, how viable everybody would see it. You know what I mean? I thought we would have rapid growth. I thought a lot of people that bought in on the pre-sale would stick around, and that did not happen. Okay, that's fine, right? But I didn't steal no fucking money, right? And you keep and all this other stuff aside, we could have a 50-page write-up of the business idea and what went wrong with flavors another day, right? But what got us here, Ryan, was that, look, without you being able to provide context for your transactions, it looked like you were stealing money from investors. And I can no longer support the project with you behind the wheel if you were going to continue that behavior. And that's the bottom line. And even to the day, you refuse to take responsibility for that, or refuse to even provide any kind of transparency for the transactions which the community asked about. Instead, you've turned me into your enemy. You know what I mean? But fuck that. It's not about you, bro. It's not about you at all. It's not about how you feel. It's not about your fucking feelings, yo. You got transactions that you need to answer for, period. Whether the project survives or not, I think you still need to answer for the transaction. So throwing it here, throwing it there, casting blame, who made bad business decisions, is all bullshit. It's putting on a show and it's making a fucking spectacle. And I don't think nobody wants to be a part of a fucking spectacle. The bottom line is, if you don't want to answer for the transactions, you know what I mean? It's going to be exactly what it looks like. It'll look like you was taking money.
Okay, there's 37 pages of me answering for these transactions. So go read them, Jared. There's 37 pages. Okay, go read them. I only pulled out 111 BNB ever, and 74 went right back into the
We're not talking about, you keep convoluting. You keep convoluting the issues.
It's very easily explainable. You pulled over 250.
All right, so this is the kind of convolution that people do in this space to make it hard for people to understand. You keep convoluting the marketing wallet with tokens that represent LP that you withdrew. Okay, the marketing funds are for marketing development. It literally says that on the fucking website. Okay, right? We're talking about tokens that you withdrew that did not go to marketing and developing. They were supposed to be burnt, the majority of them, and they were a part of the LP, which directly took value from customers. We're not talking about the marketing budget. We could have another conversation if you want to, examine the marketing budget. We're talking about LP tokens that represented LP which you withdrew from the creamery, and that's the topic here. And stop trying to convolute it.
Okay, that's Mark, bullshit. I did not take any LP tokens, dude.
Mark,
that is
what's up? I said you took tokens that represent LP. Mark, what's up?
You guys just messed up how I look at ice cream now. I hope you guys are freaking happy now. I don't want to look at ice cream for a fucking month now. You and my freaking
there's a reason
cream.
I stepped away from social media is because I don't have a good, I have a short fuse. I'm losing my shit. Let me put in my closing word.
That's not the question at hand. You do everything. You got for the last month, like this is what I've been dealing with. You do everything but answer the damn question. The tokens that you removed from the creamery, which you cashed out to be like, where did they go? Those tokens represent LP. I don't give a fuck why you left Twitter. It personally doesn't amuse me. I don't even care to be a part of this space anymore. It's turned into such a fucking shit show. Only thing people want to know is where the fuck is their money, and I definitely want to know where the fuck my money at. So the tokens that represented LP that you took and you cashed out, where the fuck are they? If you can't answer that question, nobody cares about your notepad and your fucking pocket protector. Where the fuck is the money? And that's the same question I've been asking you for months. And when I release the full fucking conversations, people will understand. So if you're not going to sit up here and answer where the fuck the money is, you know what I mean? Like, it's no point in having this space. It really did turn this shit show. I'm on here fucking chewing my dinner in front of everybody and shit. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, stop trying to convolute it, because it's holders and investors that we talking about that want to know where the fuck their money go. And the fact is that most of them are my friends.
Yo, Ryan, if you need a lawyer, I got you, bro. Let me know, Ryan.
I got you a lawyer. I don't need a lawyer. You know, I don't need a lawyer.
Good. U.S. Attorney will probably have a few cooking questions about that.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? If you quit fucking people in the fucking metaverse as furries, fucking around as a fucking furry in the metaverse and doing your fucking job, maybe we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Okay, buddy. Good.
All right,
good
y'all.
talk.
I don't even want to get Ryan's, personal metaverse furry shit in here. Like at the end of the day, like this shit's turned to circus. I didn't even want to hold this space and shit, and I contributed.
Seriously, I don't want to know.
I want to know
I
where
don't
the money
care. I don't care about a marketing wallet where everybody can decide whether it was or wasn't used well. I don't care about anything outside of the fact external liquidity. It doesn't matter. If there were transactions that came out of the liquidity that weren't accounted for, I want to know what those were. Period.
And he's silent again. Once again, he's fucking.
Wow, Ryan. Ryan got quiet all of a sudden. God damn.
He's silent again. You got all this fucking mouth to talk about a short fuse and why you leave social media, but you have yet to answer for these fucking transactions.
Ryan, if you're talking, we can't hear you right now.
He's calling the lawyer.
He'll be back. His internet's fucked up right now.
I don't get it. How can a guy that sophisticated in crypto and Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, but, blockchain in general, have internet problems? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Facts.
I mean, it happens.
I'm still stuck on the part where he keeps saying he has a short fuse and he's not. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'll show you a short fuse, homie. I'd have been smacked the fire out your stupid ass in person. I'm about that.
Shinzo, you're going to elongate this space, and I'm going to get pissed off if I don't get to an answer before my meeting.
He left. He left because this is what we've been going through for the last month, and I'm going to release the conversation in its entirety. Like every time you ask him about it, he tries to move the needle or redirect to something else or say this. Like, yo, at the end of the day, yo, people lost money. I got people yelling at me about $1,000. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Look. Bro, people put all my friends put up 16 BNB from the gate. You know what I mean? We migrated people over to the project from Not Safe Moon at a fucking discount. You know what I mean? He took money in multiple different ways, including migrating personal Not Safe Moon wallets that we agreed upon wouldn't be migrated. So, I mean, that at the end of the day, he's always refused to answer those questions, which left me in the position of how can I support the project when these questions are unanswered? Go ahead, Jen.
Maybe I came across in a different way that I meant to. When I said, the answers are not. It's not good enough for me. I just want to know what we're going to do about it. I mean, what's going to be done about it? You know what I mean? I know you're not just going to take it on the fucking chin. I don't think that's your nature. So what can we do?
I feel like he's been over it.
We can report him. Like, we lost money. I've reported him. There's a form, so if you go to the flavors page, there's a pinned post up there, and you can report him. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I suggested doing, because like shit, we lost money. He's fucking arrogant. He doesn't want to feel like, he deserves to answer to people. You know what I mean? The holders of anything, like, you know what I mean? So shit, report him.
Well, so
Jen, I'll DM you on what I'm doing, and we can talk about it.
Thank you.
Could I please see some of these transactions? I guarantee they're not that complex at all.
Yeah, Mark. I'm going to send you the spreadsheet that
there's only so many transfers and functions you can call in one transaction anyway, and it's all traceable and all the code's verified, so every single thing can be
right. But the fact that he keeps saying that it's too complex shows malice.
It's not at all. It's fairly simple for anyone that knows Solidity.
Bro, I just started learning how to read like function coding like maybe 6 weeks ago, and I can go into majority of these contracts and read them. It's not that fucking difficult. Like, if you really put the due diligence in to learn the language.
No, I know, and it's not even about that, and it's not like because you can't expect everyone to know that, but you should be able to at least provide explanations towards, it's not too hard to sum up in 4 or 5 words. There's a gas limit on a transaction. You can't spend more than like 10 million gas. It's more than that. It's something like 20 million on BSC, but or it fails. There's not that much you can do on one transaction. It can easily be summed up. And I read through the contracts of fucking forever ago, and it's not even that crazy. It just pulled some stuff from some different sources. So I would love to look at those.
I sent that to you, and I also sent you the ones that the people from the community, made. But and with that said, like it's not. I looked through transactions, and every time he told me, and you'll see this when I release the transcript of what happened. That's the kind of answer I would get. Oh, it's too complex. I'm not explaining it. This and that, and that feels like a slap in the face. You know what I mean? And I can't go back, and I never felt right. And I told him this, that I can't tell the community that nobody could understand this but Ryan. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense, y'all. And I'm sorry y'all had to shit through a shit show. Some people wanted me to hold a Twitter space to talk about it. You know what I mean? I didn't expect Ryan to show up. I know a lot of people.
I just want to know, if Ryan took the B&B, why didn't he fix the internet first before the shit hit the ceiling? That's all I want to know.
Sorry, I was having dinner, but just here's an example.
Baby dog.
Here's an example of a transaction he refused to answer for. While we were doing airdrops, we were airdropping small amounts of dollars, right? We're talking $5, $6, $7. There was one wallet that was airdropped 4 million tokens. 4 million tokens in that transaction.
How many dollars is that?
At that point in time, it was close to like $20K. Like out of all the tokens, I'm sorry, not 4 million, 400,000 tokens. My apologies. And obviously it was caught up in the larger scale of the airdrops we were doing out to holders. But even that, like the fact that you couldn't give us an answer on why one wallet out of all these airdrops received, a significant amount more than anybody else, it just begs the question of what else was there. So that leads you to look at other wallets, and you start looking at, okay, well, why did these wallets receive more airdrops when it's supposed to be an automated function in the contract? You shouldn't be directing different amounts to different wallets. It should be an equal amount across the board that's spread out. And when we posed the question, it was just radio silence. There was no answer. There was no respondents. There was no correspondence. It's too difficult for you to understand. You guys don't know what you're looking at. So I can assure you, I see the transaction where you airdropped, this ridiculous amount of tokens that was at that point in time worth thousands of dollars to one individual person. Right? It's a function. It was a sprinkle all the cone function. It showed as an airdrop, and that should have never been the case. And that's just one of the transactions, Mark.
Do you believe the holder that he dropped to was himself?
I mean, I don't know who else he'd be airdropping into. He didn't airdrop him to me. It was just very convenient because if you follow the wallets through,
he did airdrop.
I'm sure Mark's looking at it right now.
He did airdrop it to himself. He airdropped it to one of his wallets. I have most of his wallets labeled. I think I got up to somewhere around 29, and then I stopped labeling them. But
so the top 3 transactions so far is just him calling the withdraw function, which withdraws a set amount of flavors and corresponding drips. So the top 3, looks like the first one here, it was 3 million flavors was withdrawn to the Ice Cream Man account. And then just pennies of Floki and Doge. But yeah, it's pretty much just him calling withdraw functions. It's just it's literally a withdraw function. So there's no I don't know. It's not complex. At least the ones that you provided me. These are just
those are withdraw exactly. Those are withdrawal functions. 3 million, 4 million flavors, and the thing is that they're one again, like we talked about. There isn't really a reason for him to withdraw flavors from tokens from the creamery. He said earlier in his statement that he was authorized to do that. He didn't receive any.
So the third one on this list, Yeah, so you can see here if you go to the transaction hash, there's a little blue button. This is click to see more. If you go down, you'll see input data, and it'll show you the function that was called, and then it'll show you two return parameters. You can click the decode input data button, and that will show you what two parameters were passed in. And in this case, for the mint or the admin token withdraw, the address of the flavors contract was passed in, as well as 7.6 million tokens. So the third one on the list is literally the ice cream man contract calling the creamery to withdraw 7.6 million flavors, and that looks like it's a trend for all of them. So that's what it is. It's just a withdraw function. And he specified the amount and something else. Whether a bot did this or he did this to burn it, I don't know. I don't know the context. I didn't really know the whole tokenomics.
I think that's the problem, Marcus. We don't know the context. So we know that these are withdrawal transactions. We've all been over it and seen that they're withdrawal transactions, but not speaking to why you're withdrawing that transaction is the bigger problem. And we just
I don't know
an
why
answer
you
to
think
that.
it's complicated for everyone. It's
Because
just transferring
Booty,
tokens.
how many transactions a day did he say he has, and he can't remember them all?
15,000 transactions a day at some point. That's 30,000 in the last. But the point is that he shouldn't be taking tokens from the creamery. You know what I mean? There was no authorization. There was no asking about these tokens. And when you follow the trail down, he's cashed out a lot of these directly into BNB or other assets, you know what I mean? Whether it be XUSD, Safe Moon, and those 7 transactions are only the ones that we asked, and they were the ones specifically brought up by the community. But as we looked into it, because we couldn't get an answer from him, we found a bunch of other transactions that are similar to those transactions. So anytime listen, there's expenses. He decided that he wanted to cover them in that way without asking people, fine. But when you start to look at the raw total of the numbers of tokens that he took, it just doesn't add up. You know what I mean? Like, and if there's that many of these expenses, then you should probably talk to somebody and let somebody know.
I don't want to do a witch hunt of any kind. I'm not trying to go at either of you. I'm very much in the middle, but there's no way in hell it ever cost that much gas. And the bots he mentioned, mostly the useless bot and for the listing and the creamery one. The creamery one was run once a day. It didn't cost that much gas. He even said that the extensive one that cost a lot, he only ran a few times at the beginning. The useless one ran for 2 days and stopped working because I pulled together a lot of useless and made sure XUSD was on top, and it just never topped it. So that was done the second day. So I don't know when he used gas. So I don't think that that's valid. That's just one thing I noticed, that there wasn't much merit there.
Blockchain is irrefutable, folks.
I understand in these drip and reflection tokens and all of that, if you need to withdraw or sell flavors to buy the token that you're rewarding people in, I get that. But if you haven't used or done anything like that with that particular token, then why would you even be buying it, is my question.
I'm pretty sure they can shoot when the plane explodes too, I'm not sure.
But yeah, Booty, good luck with all of this, man. Obviously I see your position on it, but I do hope for the people that did hold flavors. I wasn't a holder, but I know a lot of people that were. I hope you guys, even if Ryan's out of the picture, maybe you could come around on it in the future and decide to make something out of it. I know from experience that it can be done. It takes a lot of hard work though, but I know you got it in you. So keep up the good work.
I think one of the things when we consider that as one of the things that we were really skeptical about when moving forward was because of the safety of the contract. So even you can look and you can see some of these withdrawals and transactions happening with tokens, even up until the point where this became public. So, and like I spoke to you about privately, Mark, there was those contracts with the self-destruct feature that were enabled to work with the to work with tokens and move tokens around. So for me, what it all falls down to is like, yeah, I don't want to promote something where he's taking out the back door. You know what I mean? So
I'm not saying you keep the same contract. I'm not even saying you have to keep going. Behind us. I don't know what's best. I was just saying like you don't have to give up.
Can you mute Sam's mic, bro?
I was just saying you got it.
Yeah, we're on 7 of 26. You're on 5.
Sorry. I was just showing support, but I really got to run now. I'll catch you guys later.
Thanks, Mark.
But yeah, good luck, guys. Hopefully you all get to the bottom of this. I was hoping Ryan would stick around and answer some questions. I was rooting. I didn't know what to decide in the beginning, but I was pretty unimpressed with what he brought today. So I don't know. I haven't made any full conclusions yet, but we'll see what happens. Best of luck to everyone. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Oh, here go another thing. I just